Yo, what is going on, Steeler Nation? Welcome back to episode 311 of the Steel Factory podcast. I am joined by Junior today.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Hopefully, this is the last one without Chewy. Once again, too, we're live from the North Oakland studio in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So we have our Texans preview today to kick off the weekend. We're recording this on a Wednesday, but this will be up on a Friday. Happy Friday. What else? How we feeling about this game? How we feeling sitting on top of the AFC North this week at 2-1?
I feel good. It feels good to be back at the top where we belong. I don't see the Ravens or the Bengals or the Browns really making a big push. I think the Browns are kind of a mess.
They look pretty good though. I don't know. I don't think they have the staying power, obviously. But honestly, I think them dicking the Titans says a lot about our win. Even though we're still talking about last week.
Yeah. I think if they can get Deshaun back to like 90% Houston Deshaun, I think they're gonna be good. But I don't know. I don't think it's gonna happen. It's tough to lose Nick fucking Chubb all year, and I don't see it. And the Browns are the Browns, to be honest. The Browns are the Browns. Bengals are off to a slow start.
Man, if they would have started 0-3, that would have been something.
Definitely. I think Burrow doesn't look good. He looks hurt. His calf looks hurt.
Yeah, he's hurt.
Calf injuries linger. There's a good chance. There's not a good chance, but like Kevin Durant had a calf injury, led to his Achilles getting blown out for the year, right? Like that's the sort of stuff that happens with calf injuries. So they have to be really cautious, especially with the $275 million man. And then the Ravens, they're figuring out their offense. They look all right, but
they have a lot of. I mean, this is no surprise. I don't know what's up with them, but they always have just a loaded injury report within the first month of the season, and same this year.
Dude, they're fucking cursed. Lucky us.
So yeah, the North does not look as good as we thought it was. I honestly thought we had a solid shot at winning it, but that's just me being a fucking homer. But another thing is, the power rankings came out since the last episode on Monday. What do you think? Because I saw some in the top 10. I saw NFL's. Theirs was like they had us at like 17, I think.
Whoa.
I know it's Mike Florio that had us at 9, and he had us at like 4th in the AFC. What do you think?
I think that's ambitious. I think there's teams disappointing right now. Like the Jaguars just got wrecked by
Houston, who we play.
By Houston, who we play. Oh God. And that's kind of concerning. I have heard things about the Jaguars offense being called kind of weird. Like they're letting their actual offensive coordinator call the plays instead of their head coach. What's their head coach?
Oh, the guy from the Eagles, Peterson.
Yeah, Doug Peterson, right?
Yeah.
I have heard that. I've heard that their play calling is a little weird, but it should get better. So they're the Jags had a lot of expectations coming in this year. So I think the Jags played worse than they are. I think the Texans probably came in with the fucking stellar defensive game plan because the Jags, they made a lot of mistakes.
It's a division rival. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a divisional game. I think we all know how those get. They're messy, they're ugly, and I think the Texans are a little underrated on defense. I think DeMeco Ryans. Oh, wow. I think DeMeco Ryans he's obviously fucking legit. He was a coordinator for the 49ers defense last year, which was
also too
amazing.
I know they obviously don't have the playmakers that the Niners do too, but I'm thinking we might have a leg up because we've already seen all the Niners schemes already this season. I mean, obviously, they fucking killed us. But I'm thinking, especially for the first game, I don't think they changed maybe too much yet. And I heard people saying that yeah, a lot of it is pretty similar. DeMeco Ryans just bringing his shit from the Niners to the Texans, and the Niners sticking with that this year too.
Hopefully. And then CJ Stroud, he looks good. I think he was billed as the most like pro-ready QB, and he definitely fits the part. Like he looks legit. You know, he looks He looks like he's running the offense well, like his receivers are surprisingly decent. Nico Collins and Tank Dell.
Yeah, they look
Tank,
really good, and
yeah,
that's gonna be my key matchup. We'll get into this later, but our secondary versus the receivers is what's gonna have me worried about this game. But to finish off the power rankings part, we brought up us being 9 in Mike Florio's, just to give you some teams that we were ahead of. So we're at 9, Ravens at 10, and I'll just follow down. Browns, Packers, Falcons, Colts, Bucks, Commanders, Saints, Jags, Bengals, and Chargers. That's 9 to 20. So we're at 9. That's the rest of 20. Any
Kinda,
teams that stick out that you're like,
the
we're not.
Bengals
But then again,
and Chargers both are they 19-20?
yeah, they are.
That's crazy. I think that's really crazy. I can't see it.
I mean, they're 1 and 2. They both won their first game this week. So
I think
those are teams that are going to figure it out, right?
Yeah. I'm just saying it's crazy to think that those two teams are both teams that were like coming in as like, Super Bowl aspirations.
Yeah.
And they're in the bottom half of his power rankings.
That's
so
true.
it's kind of tough to like really trust that. But like the first few teams you named, I think the Ravens
and Browns.
Ravens and Browns, obviously, like we already beat the Browns. Ravens lost.
Just lost, yeah, to a Colts team that jumped up 10 in his power rankings from that win.
There we go.
They went up to 14. They were at 24. So
I mean, look, we've only lost to probably a top 2 team in the NFL, top 3 team.
He was second in their power rankings, so
it's tough to like to really.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we deserve to be up there. I think we're definitely top half. I mean, obviously our record is top half.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, this shit doesn't matter. Let's just go out and win fucking football games. So we're gonna talk to you now about how we're gonna win this fucking football game. Are you ready?
Definitely.
So obviously the Texans coming off a win. Big win versus the Jaguars, beating a divisional opponent. They won 37-17. Just to give you guys the first couple of games while we're still fresh into the season. They lost week 1 to the Ravens 25-9. And week 2, they lost to the Colts 31-20. I believe Richardson didn't finish that game, right? Because he didn't play last week.
Yeah, he had a concussion.
So they played all AFC teams, 2 divisional games in a row. They played the Ravens week 1. No common opponents yet to really base off of it, right? But yeah, what do you think?
It's tough. I think, okay, so this is something I read earlier. I saw that, like, okay, Tank Dell just had like this big breakout game, right? Like he just had this monster game. And people are like, okay, like, so maybe Tank Dell's going to be the new wide receiver 1 for the Texans on an offense that's looking decent. And Nico Collins kind of fell off a bit. But apparently they were talking about how the Jaguars kind of schemed their defense around completely stopping Nico Collins, right? Nico Collins is going to feast over the middle of the field. And Tank Dell is more of like an outside the lines kind of guy, outside the lines kind of guy, outside the numbers kind of guy. So when they sold out to stop Nico Collins over the middle, Tank Dell, had a field day, and
Stroud.
Stroud, he's able to, make the passes, put it in places where it needs to be for outside the numbers, and Tank Dell just had himself a game.
Jesus Christ, 5 receptions for 145 yards.
Yeah, exactly. So I think they've obviously got a pretty dynamic offense if they can attack. If we're stopping one thing and they can go ahead and do another thing really well, that kind of puts us in a bit of a bind. So that is kind of a scary prospect.
I'm thinking about what Devontae Adams just did to us too.
Exactly. Like I don't feel very confident in our secondary at all.
Yeah.
I don't think we have that much talent there outside of Joey Porter.
Who his snap counts slightly increasing each game. I think it was like 7 snaps to like 15 snaps to like 22 snaps. So
we'll see if he becomes we'll see if he becomes a starter by bye week, hopefully.
Oh yeah.
But that offense is pretty scary. And then Obviously, they have Damian Pierce at running back, who is he's really talented. He runs really hard. And we're not all that great at stopping the run either. So it's kind of weird.
It's been hit or
Thinking,
miss. Like honestly, when they run the ball on us, I'm thinking, okay, tackle for loss, or they're running 10 yards, missed tackle here and
Yeah.
there. You know what I mean? It's never
Yeah,
like,
we can
okay,
make
cool, we held them to 3. It's like, okay, -2 yards or fucking +10, dude. It's so annoying.
Yeah, we're really hot and cold like that. I saw something that you posted, and this might be your match of the week or your matchup of the week. Um, so I'll let you save it for later. But I
Yeah.
think that's kind of the gist of like the Texans offense is Stroud looks better than we thought he would be.
At least this early.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
he hasn't thrown a pick yet. I think he's due. That's just me thinking with my dick again.
I think
The Raiders didn't give
think
up a
it's
sack those first 2 games, and they gave up 5 on Sunday too. So go figure.
I think we're gonna really bring it. This is exactly what I was talking about. Uh, I saw the Texans were having a lot of trouble with their starting line.
Kendrick Green's playing at left guard, so
Life's good.
thanks for the
Is this
6th rounder.
Is this a career day for Highsmith?
If he was at left tackle, I'd say yeah, but also I think their left tackle is injured too, right? Like I think they have like a makeshift line. I think I sent it in the chat, didn't I? I can read it off here. So they have 3 names listed at left guard. Austin DeColis, Jerron Christian, and George Fant. Kendrick Green at left guard. Jarrett Patterson at center. Why does that name sound familiar? Jarrett Patterson. Was that a rookie?
I don't know.
Was he in the draft? Shaq Mason at right guard, and then Fant, DeColis, Christian. Oh, okay. So they have 3 guys, 3 tackles, I guess, and they don't know if they're gonna put them at left or right tackle. And that's where our moneymakers are. Highsmith and Watt feasting on the edge. Yeah, I mean, if we want to get into our key matchups, yeah, I think I want to talk about Stroud a little bit more here before we get into it. He's played through 3 games. He's yet to throw a pick. He has like over 800 passing yards, something crazy. He's thrown a couple touchdowns too, right? I know he had at least 2 last week. Oh, and 2 in week 2. So what? He has 4 touchdowns to 0 picks. I mean, he's doing well. He's exceeding rookie expectations, obviously, right? Especially looking at where Bryce Young's at right now. He can't even get on the field or can't stay healthy. Has his team at 1-2. They played okay teams. I mean, the Colts they beat the Ravens, but I think that's with Minshew. I think that's a completely different team, actually, right?
Yeah, I think I think the way Minshew plays is going to be very different from Anthony Richardson.
I think, and I hate to say I hate to call it similar, but just seeing what the Ravens did to them, 25-9. I know that was Stroud's first game too, and him being on the road. But yeah, I mean, if there's one team that I guess we could kind of compare it to, or another game we could compare it to, I guess would be that Ravens game, not the divisional games, because those are always weird. But yeah, I guess I'll say I have 2 key matchups. I'll say one. I don't know if you have another one. If not, I'll just add it on after. My key matchup is going to be our front 7, of course, or maybe just our front 4 versus their O-line. Rookie quarterback, Tomlin. We say he does really good against rookie quarterbacks, but I mean, there's always the off chance, especially. You just never know what to expect sometimes. With our team, especially. Yeah, I think Watt's gonna eat. He always eats. He's always gonna eat. And that's gonna be the case this game. Might be, honestly, Watt is gonna have a really good game. He's gonna have at least 2 sacks. I'm thinking, of course, a forced fumble because that's all he does, honestly. And I want to say he's gonna have a pick, like how we picked off Joe Burrow last year at the line of scrimmage.
I hope not exactly like that.
Why?
That's when he tore his peg.
No. When he got back, he picked him off like that. He did it. No, he did it both times, both games. Yeah, that's my hot take of the week.
A key matchup for me. I want to say, I really want to say it's gonna be Freiermuth and their linebackers
Oof.
or whoever's covering Freiermuth. I think the key to really unlocking our offense is throwing more passes over the middle, right? And that should be where Freiermuth is feasting all day. That should be where he's at. That should be where he's getting all of his targets or most of them. And there's no reason we shouldn't be throwing him the ball like 7, 8, 9 times.
Yeah, and a lot of it's gonna rely on Kenny. I'm sure he wants to put a foot down against the Texans, especially going up against another young quarterback, right? He's gonna want to have a big game, and he wants. And honestly think too he's gonna feed off a lot from this previous performance, building a little bit more confidence. And let's see him try to go for 3 touchdowns this game, man. I want to see us take control over a young team, especially them, new coach, new quarterback. And the way to do that is putting up points on offense. And I'm expecting a big game for Kenny. I want to see him go for like 3 touchdowns, over 275 yards, no picks. That's going to be the big thing here. I have another key matchup too that I thought you were going to say is our DBs versus their receivers. You kind of touched that in earlier. Our corners, especially a guy like Pat Pete, a veteran. I just know he's got to be thinking something.
They've got
To
a
pull
nice
off against
receiver room.
they have a nice receiver room, but I'm thinking Pat Pete has to do something against, especially Minka too, a young quarterback. They got to disguise some type of coverage, get something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Again, I'm not like I think look, the Texans just beat the Jaguars. The Jaguars are supposed to be this like crazy team. They're supposed to have like
They're supposed to be a lock for their division, is what I'd
they're
say.
supposed to have these like big expectations, right? Like we're thinking like really good team. They have the talent everywhere basically.
On
And
their
they just
defense
got
too.
kind of
How are the Jags defense? I don't really know.
obviously
Everything's
not
about
very
Trevor
good.
Lawrence. Yeah.
I mean, the Jags just got shut down last week, dude. It's crazy. And I think I'm not saying it was a fluke. I'm saying they're not that bad. I'm saying the Texans aren't that good, right? So I think we definitely come in here with a chance. I think we definitely come in here with a really good chance, to be honest. I mean, we're literally favorites. We're
Yeah.
we're minus 145 favorites.
I'm -3. Wait, 145. Oh, that's the
The
odds,
money
right? The
line.
money. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the spread -3.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on the matchups here? Oh, yeah, is our run game gonna be any better this game? What do you think?
Honestly, I can't tell you. Let me look at the.
Because I'm thinking they have a really they obviously don't have big names like us. I mean, no other team does. But I'm thinking they're gonna be a really good fundamental team, right?
Definitely.
D'Amico Ryan's crazy head coach. I like that spot for him. I think the Texans are going to be good eventually with that coach, and we'll see. I think the verdict's still out there for Stroud, but he's not coming in unconfident, right?
Nah, Stroud should be feeling very good after last week.
Yeah. Same with us too. I haven't really thought about my score prediction, so I'm thinking about it right now in the back of my head. I want to get how is Najee gonna get going, dude? What do you think?
This is my big prediction for this game. Najee is gonna get going. I think Najee's gonna have 90 yards rushing. He's gonna have 5 catches for 36 yards, and that's gonna be a big game for him. That's gonna be a really good game for him. I don't know if he's gonna get a touchdown.
Ooh.
But I think I think Jalen Warren's gonna be getting the goal line carries.
We don't have a rushing touchdown yet. Holy shit.
We are not a good offense, dude.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. So we're ready to move on to scoring, predictions, betting. So like we said, Steelers -3. All right. So for score predictions, Steelers -3, and the over under is 41.5. What are you thinking?
I think
On the road too. -3 on the road.
I'm gonna take the under. I'm gonna say 21-17.
Damn, that was really close to mine. Yeah, I'm going under on points as well. And just because you said 21, I'll go 20. No, I'll go 24. I'll go 24. 24-13. That's the under, right? Yeah, it's like 39 points.
Yeah, yeah.
37. Yeah. That's my score. And then what we like to do is I mean, the player props aren't out yet Wednesday night, but we like to just scream out random numbers and just go under, over, you know what I mean? Who's on a motorcycle, bro? So Kenny's always around that like 210, 205 passing yards mark. You want over or under, or you think we should move that line now?
I think we should move it. I think last week Kenny had like 230, I think, right?
He's been around like 250 each game, I'd say.
Yeah, Kenny's been hitting his overs. Let's see, last week 235, the Browns 222, Niners doesn't really count, 232.
Oh,
Kenny's been hitting his overs.
I thought he was closer to 250, like 260 and shit.
Kenny's line is usually like 209, 210-ish.
Yeah.
And I think if you can find a line you should add around that, if the price hasn't moved, you should definitely hit the over on that. Just because he's getting over it consistently against way better pass defenses. The Niners and Browns, he hit 230 both times, and those are both killer defenses. Those are both killer pass defenses.
Let's put the Raiders over at 225 right now. Then what do you think?
225. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm gonna take the over.
I'm going over.
I think we should be moving that line up. I think it's gonna hit 220 pretty soon on all the sports books.
Actually, I'll be looking out for that. I'll be keeping tabs to see where that line's at.
I'm gonna put a few bucks here and there. You know, I don't trust Kenny that much yet, but I think it's.
But if you see a line around like 210, 215, you got to go over.
Yeah. I think if you're seeing 210s, you got to hook over for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think those 70-yard passing touchdowns do help. I'm not gonna say expect them every week, but if he hits like 40-yard ones, you know what I mean?
Nothing crazy.
Those are gonna get him over. You know what I mean? Especially now that he's not playing as crazy defenses, I think the Niners, Browns.
All right. Here's another one. George Pickens receptions. Let me see. How many did he just have? He had 4 against the Raiders. I'm gonna say over under 4.5.
I go over. I think. He's wide receiver 1 right now. There's no Deontay. Mm-hmm. Calvin Austin's okay. I think he's obviously gonna be the deep shot guy. I forgot he was on the team until I watched highlights again. Allen Robinson. I'm not going out on a limb and saying he's gonna have a big game, but I think he might be a little bit more involved now. I think now that Kenny's gonna try to spread the ball a lot more, and now that he has a little bit more confidence, he's gonna be passing a little bit more. And that was actually a key play too. Allen Robinson caught that 3rd down to seal the deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you say, Fryermuth's gonna have a big game. I think actually Allen Robinson is gonna kind of take another step here.
I don't know. I didn't say Fryermuth was gonna have a big game. I said
he needs to have a good offense. He needs to get the ball, huh?
Yeah. I think just like the Ravens offense looks like fucking fantastic when they have Mark Andrews like going. I think we can do the same sort of thing with Fryermuth. I think he has the talent. I think I think our offense is gonna feel a lot better once we have that Fryermuth Kenny connection over the middle, like way more established. And I know Kenny's hit him there. You know, he's hit him there a few times now. He's hit Fryermuth in like some really good, some really important spots. I'm thinking back to like against the Browns, where he got him hurt. Or it might have been the Niners where he got him hurt. Like he got hit in the chest real bad.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's
And then
Niners, yeah.
last week he got him that touchdown. He looked good. Like those sort of plays, I think are so important. And I think are gonna get our offense feeling a lot smoother, especially now that Deontay's gone.
Let's do a
Like
Fryer move line. Quick stat, I just realized he only had 2 touchdowns last year, and they were both from Mitch. He didn't get any touchdowns from Kenny last year. He's already got 2 this year, matching his score last year, both from Kenny. So let's go put a line out there for 3.5 receptions.
That's a problem. I don't. I mean, last week he had 3. Actually, if if things are trending this way, maybe as Kenny gets more, it might have been the same thing, right? Kenny might have not been super comfortable with Pat. Um,
There's no Max Crosby, Myles Garrett, Nick Bosa out on the field this week too.
there is a Will Anderson though.
Has he got it going yet?
I don't know if he's gotten it going, but he's still that kind of talent, you know.
Right. Let me see his stats last week actually. Got to scroll all the way down for defense. Will Anderson, 3 tackles, 1 assist, no sacks, no picks.
Yeah,
Also, don't trust our line. Where does he line up?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that's out there yet. No sacks against the Colts. I doubt he got a sack on Lamar. So why am I even scrolling?
Fryermuth over under receptions. Would you say 3.5?
Yeah.
Let's see. He had.
Oh, he sacked Lamar actually. Oh shit. He's got in his first sack already. Okay, cool.
I'm gonna take the over on that. I think I'm gonna take the over on Pat receptions. I think he's gonna see 3.5. I think he's gonna see 4, and he's gonna get 60 yards.
Does he score a touchdown? Who's your anytime touchdown right here?
Warren.
Warren.
I feel good. I think our offense is going to get better at driving. I think at the end of the year last year, we got a lot better at getting into the red zone, but not being able to finish. I think this year with Warren getting more unlocked in a way, and Warren being the kind of back that can really just kind of, like white knuckle it and really go like through the tackles, he might be really good in those situations in the red zone, inside the 5, inside the 10.
I think, yeah, Warren is actually a really good pick for anytime touchdown because he gets active in the pass game and, of course, the run game. That sounded so like, what's it called? Like, if we want to win, we got to score type of shit, but it's true, right? Like, Warren's involved in the pass game and run game, so obviously his chances of getting anytime touchdowns pretty high. I think that Pickett to Pickens is going to come alive again this week. I'm feeling it. Yeah, I'm gonna go over the yards for Pickens and the receptions, and of course, I don't think I'm gonna do anytime touchdown.
Pickens is always an anytime touchdown. He has the talent. It's just a matter of like getting plays for him. I think that's our biggest problem.
Watt 2.5 sacks over under.
Oh, I'm gonna take the under. I think it's gonna be more of a team effort. I think we're gonna see a lot of things on the right side of our line, or the left side.
From Highsmith?
The Highsmith side, yeah.
The spot where Kendrick Green's at.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Watt is really hot right now. He had 2 last week, and honestly, I'm pretty sure he forced a pick, maybe 2 picks.
Yeah, let me read this tweet real quick.
So
TJ Watt is the only player in NFL history to record 6 sacks and a defensive touchdown through the first 3 games of the season. He's also the only player in NFL history to have 6+ sacks and 12+ QB hits through 3 games. Like he's starting off this season red fucking hot. Like I'm gonna take the over. Fuck it. I think he's gonna do it. I don't think Stroud is that mobile.
that's right, huh? Didn't he have pretty disappointing combine numbers for that?
I don't know about his combine, but he was never billed as like a mobile quarterback. He's more of a classic pocket passer. Just like really good at hitting.
I think if we could get Stroud, not seeing ghosts, but basically how Kenny was the first couple of weeks, right? Not comfortable. If we get him uncomfortable early, I think Watt's gonna feast. But just to throw this out there as we kind of wrap this shit up too. Watt over under 25.5 sacks on the season.
Did he break the record? That's if he stays
The
healthy,
the record's 22.5.
Yeah. I think if Watt's healthy, he's gonna break the record.
If he gets another, what I put the line at 2.5. If he gets another 3 this week, he'd be at 9 through 4 games. That's fucking on pace for like 36 sacks.
Yeah.
I think he gets around 25 this year. I think he's gonna break it easy.
I think he'll break it this year. If he's healthy, he'll break it this year.
If he's
It's
healthy,
that easy.
But yeah, I love playing the player props thing, especially when we don't have any lines to go off of right now, so we just kind of bullshit them on the spot. But yeah, I think that'll wrap up this preview week 4. Let's keep it going, man. Let's keep it going. Make sure to check out all the links in the description below. Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Leave a like, comment, rating, whatever you guys want to do. Any closing thoughts, dude?
No, I'm feeling good about this game. I think we're gonna become 3-1 and it's gonna be crazy thinking.
Oh wait, did we even say score? Oh, we did say scores. Never mind. I fucking blanked. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go 3-1. It's gonna be crazy thinking that 3 weeks ago, or a little over 3 weeks ago, we were in fucking shambles about a Niners game and like we're dreading the season in Matt Canada, and I'm still dreading Matt Canada, but definitely higher spirits.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys Monday. Peace out.